Android.
Imagine I was on Huawei.
I'm
On
Huawei.
iPhone. I'm on iPhone. Hello and welcome.
I love how even though I'm the
Christ.
darker person, you're nearer to the light.
The darker person.
Yeah.
The light is where the light can go. There's no space.
Yeah,
in
but you're
this
closer
room.
to it, or are you just whiter than me?
I'm very white.
It just feels like you're a little
Aryan
better.
at the minute.
It just feels like a little better. I feel like Are we recording?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
And our dicks are in shot.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, Jesus Christ, mate. I just don't want... Listen, I'm trying to build a profile here as a family friendly.
Yeah.
And I don't want crotch shots. like
shots
like a black Lindsay Lohan.
That is what it says on your website.
Yeah.
Black Lindsay Lohan.
But she's Muslim now, apparently.
I thought that was just Sinead O'Connor, because Sinead O'Connor's Muslim.
You Irish people always just want this. You just rip off everything.
I was thinking this today. Would the do you know the way everyone always talks about punching up?
Yeah.
And that's good. You're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Do you know the way in China they're putting Muslims in concentration camps?
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean you're allowed to do pure racist Chinese accents in your set now?
I mean, I've never not done it. It was never.
But now it's allowed by the woke left.
Now less people shake their heads.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I should.
Less people shake their heads, but that's just because there's less people at the show.
That's what happens when you gig in Beijing.
It's
live in Beijing.
Can you imagine if the way that the Chinese government rounded up Muslims was to put on like a Muslim comedy show and then just lock the door?
Bro, easiest gig ever.
It's like, welcome to the Muslim comedy show featuring Muhammad Omar, Ishan Akbar, and Tez Ilyas. Lock the fucking doors.
They wouldn't even lock the doors. They'd keep them open. They just gas the place.
No, you close the windows rather than lock the doors.
So let's go on to less contentious issues.
Well, I'll do my intro.
Uyghur Muslims are being persecuted.
Should we run this as like a trial of our potential podcast?
I thought it was already a done deal rather than potential.
Well, yes.
Potential.
But you seem less keen about it than I do.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? What do you mean I'm less keen?
As in, I've done everything.
What have you done?
So
What have you done?
I made the cover thing.
Well done. You can use fucking paint. I'll make a cover. Then we both make covers. Well, you made it and then you showed it to me, and I went, "Oh, thanks, man. That looks great." What did you want me to go? Okay, I'll make a rival one.
No, I don't know.
You did one thing, and is this what it's gonna be like? It's just like a fucking jealous girlfriend.
Yeah. So do you think? Right. So that is going to be our podcast. Should we do it as like it'll be on my feed?
I don't know if I want to do it on your podcast now, because it'll be like, oh, well, we did.
Well, should we do it on yours?
Yeah, we should. I'm gonna resound this as my podcast. Can you take your time off?
Your first ever podcast.
It's a trial for another podcast.
Fucking idiot.
No. Yeah, let's do it.
So this is gonna be a trial episode of No Blacks, No Dogs, No Irish.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because sometimes I feel stressed about saying the word blacks.
No. Well, you're referencing a sign that existed. The only people who should be uncomfortable are the English.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we were thinking that we should get Horatio, who's a very English man, to produce the podcast.
That would be hilarious.
And not let him talk.
Yeah.
Ever.
Dog! Shut up, dog!
He's the dog. He's the dog.
Should we do that? That would be a great
I
idea.
think it's really funny.
Yeah.
And just like ask him questions and then go, no.
Yeah. We assume what you're going to say is Horatio and then just put words in his mouth. Yeah. I'm sorry if you felt like that, man. You're doing all the work.
And he's never on camera.
No, let's talk about your feelings about doing all the work.
I know, it was a joke. Because you came at, I said potential and then you came at me hard. And I
was hurt.
I had to come back. Was I supposed to go? Just go, sorry. I'm not that white. I'm not one of those white people that just goes, I'm sorry.
That's not about being white. That's like just human. Just be a human, man.
Welcome to episode 72 of the Good Guy Podcast,
Yeah.
aka the pilot episode
Pilot
of No
episode.
Blacks, No Dogs,
Yes.
No Irish.
Yes.
Now, what things do you think we should include in
the new podcast?
the format, the furniture of No Blacks, No Dogs? Not actually like what should be said on, but I think including Horatio
And he
as
had
the
to check.
producer.
He had to clarify for me. He wasn't talking about furniture. Well, first I think we should start with a polka dot theme. No,
But I think if Horatio's up for it, or some other very, very privileged English man, I think that would be a funny...
Isn't he busy though?
Yeah, but like, I think you can appear busy online. Like, people keep saying to me, like...
Wow, way to shit on the guy we wanted to produce.
No, but this is the thing.
Nah, I just think he's a wasters.
But people kept saying to me, like, or referring to me as like, I'm just making... If you can hear drilling, it's because they're digging up the road
Because
outside.
Vittorio's girlfriend's busy.
I'll try and close this door. But
Take the
Mum's
jacket
coat's
off.
in the way.
You can take it off.
Nope.
I wear that jacket whenever I go to Belfast, just to look like I'm part of the university there. I don't know what the uniform is, but I assume because a lady once smiled at me and went, "Back for uni," and I went, because I was dressed like with that and I looked like a student.
Shane Todd, who's a comedian in Belfast, has a very funny bit about Asian students in Belfast have futuristic jackets.
How do you mean?
Like they just look like they're from fucking Saturn.
Which Asians? You gotta be. You mean the
East Asians.
Far East Asians.
The Chinese ones.
Yeah, Far East Asians. East Asians.
What's the proper word for that?
Far East, Southeast is Ishan.
Is it?
Southeast is Ishan. It's the brown ones.
Okay, so East Asians.
East Asians.
Your
they're all East
Korea,
Asians. They're all
Japan.
from the East.
No, but East of Asia.
Yeah, that's the Far East that I'm guessing. I have no... I didn't do geography since I was 14.
Ethnic Mongolians.
The Mongolians are different. There was a guy I used to work with. He was a Mongol. And I don't know why that sounded offensive.
It's because Mongoloid used to be the fucking thing.
He was really good. He was really... his name was... What was his name? He basically... He looked... He was Attila. We called him At. He hated it. No, he was like... He looked like he had the build of someone who was... who could take over your country.
Yeah.
He was muscled.
I was trying to write a joke about like colonization and the really funny aspects of it, where like English people went around the world and forced all these countries to play their sports, only for them all to turn out to be much, much better at them.
Yeah, it's because they didn't mix with them.
Can you imagine being the English colonial general or whatever that showed up in Samoa and was like, okay, we're going to play rugby.
Yeah.
And then the team walks around the corner and you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's just these guys. And then one of them gets pummeled and he's like a pancake and he just falls down like a cartoon. And then, no, the thing is though, with the Mongol, they mixed with every place that they took. Yeah,
there's something like 1 in 10 people is a descendant of Attila the Hun.
Yeah.
Because he just fucked.
No, was it Attila or was it what's Genghis Khan?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry, Genghis Khan.
Genghis, yeah. We call him Genghis is his real name. That's how you're supposed to pronounce it.
And that's where jingoism comes from.
Is it? Oh, fucking hell. The confidence you just said that with. Put an English accent on it.
That's white man confidence.
So back to the producer. Yeah, we can ask
Horatio or someone
of that
fancy.
ilk. Yeah. But I think it would be. So what kind of format would we play?
Well, I thought a little segment that I suggested was to have Dog of the Week, Irish of the Week, and Black of the Week. And we can come
What is this, Radio 1? I thought we were going to... What is this?
But it's a funny spin on those like radio segments where I doubt Radio 1 come on and go, and in honour of Black Lives Matter, this is our Black of the Week, Beyonce.
Now you've sold me the idea. Just a P. Diddy song playing. Yeah, let's do it. I'm up for that. So Black of the Week. Ra. What was the phrase? Up the Ra.
Up the Ra.
So Ra of the week.
Ra.
Is that a phrase?
No, but Irish of the week.
No, I wanted to sound more offensive.
Oh yes, because black is like to be like. Black.
Yeah, you didn't actually. Black isn't offensive at all.
But to say like the blacks.
The blacks of the week.
Like Izzy got really annoyed at me recently because.
What is it this week?
that shouldn't be a segment. Because I said when I was about to come back to London, I said I'm really looking forward to getting a Brick Lane bagel, and she was like, "Oh no, we can make nicer bagels in the house," and I was like, "No, I'll leave that to the Jews."
Yeah,
and she was like, "You can't say that," and I was like, but that's who makes them. Like, I don't want to...
Yeah, and they're proud of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, 100%.
And but I think in America, there are a lot of people say, like the blacks, and it's not offensive.
Where have you been in America where they just say
I've seen it on YouTube. Alistair Williams.
The one person. He's amazing on the internet.
If you haven't checked out Alistair Williams, aka
check it out. Link below.
The Great White Male.
Great comic. Batshit.
Bang average comic.
But no, he had that great bit.
The Burger King bit.
Yeah, that was funny. It was funny. And I'm saying it's funny because the rest of what he's done since
is even funnier.
It is satire. I want to say it's satire.
I want to say it's satire.
That is the people he talks to. He starts every show with the national anthem playing and him going,
the shittest national anthem. I think England has the shittest national anthem that I've heard.
Yeah, especially when their chants are always better.
Their chants aren't even better. Their chants are just stolen slave songs, like Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. I don't know. I'll never understand. Fans going, this is ours now.
We know we gave.
I tell you what we need to G those boys up. One of those spirituals. I didn't say the N word. I could have, but I didn't.
But none of the audience who watch that, because the problem is, okay,
audience.
It's a horde.
You can't give them that credit. The audience. Shut up.
Well, I'm trying to. What I'm gonna say next is horrible enough that I'm trying to give them something. Yeah. So when you look at this audience, none of them ever would talk in that R&P accent that you're talking
R&P?
Is that what it's pronounced?
RP.
Is that RP or R&P?
RP.
Rhythm and pronunciation.
Rhythm and pussy.
I thought it was like R&B.
Rhythm and privilege.
Coming to you soon.
Wait, what could the R stand for in R&P? So P's privilege. R is like,
I don't know, Rada privilege. I remember once I was at a gig and they're all these people are talking and they're just talking about something and I don't understand it. And then it clicks to me. I went, wait, did you all go to the same uni? And they went, yeah. When all of you, and the whole green room's like, yep.
Oh, man.
And I was like, am I the only non-Cambridge person?
Oh, Cambridge, of course it was.
And I was like, holy fuck, there is a lot of you.
Because I haven't been traditionally successful enough in my career to even get into the...
You've been seeing a therapist.
Get into those rooms that are full of Oxbridge people, do you know what I mean? Like
I don't think I should be...
I'm still in the doldrums.
No.
I'm
still there most of the time. But it was just this gig, and it wasn't like they were paying. It was like an open mic, but they have their own little circuit that I must have accidentally been
looking at
for.
you, Jericho Comedy, Oxford. But me, you cowards!
I love Alex.
Never met him, but he didn't reply to my email.
I told him, apparently once I did his gig, and afterwards...
Sorry, just stop the sentence there. Apparently once I did his gig.
And I told him because other people were doubling up and I wasn't, and I was offended.
Am I the only person not doubling
It's not like he's paying me, so I'm just offended because I don't get to do more work for free.
That's the weird thing about comedy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Man, I posted in a WhatsApp group that we're both in when I was coming back to London, like, yo, coming back to London, want to hit the ground running in terms of gigs.
Yeah.
Any
responses?
Can anyone send me anything that they've applied to or are doing that I could apply to? Nothing.
I mean, I responded to you.
See, since lockdown, nothing from people who are doing 4 gigs a night now.
Yeah, we know who we're talking about.
Church your uncle's house. Anyway, that's such a niche reference for comedians out there.
I don't understand how those people are getting that many gigs.
I don't understand how, but also like the lockdown and the perceived lack of gigs at the minute has created like a famine mentality.
Yeah, no one's sharing. I don't give a fuck, man.
If I give you the email address to apply to a gig, it's not like
they're gonna take it away.
Take my spot.
Yeah. No, it's not only a famine mentality, but it's because they don't like you, and
the person we're talking about did get really angry at me at football the other day.
Really?
Yeah, because he was through, so I fouled him so he wouldn't score.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "What the fuck, man?" And then next time down the pitch, he like had the ball and then like ran in front of the ball to shoulder me in the face.
What?
Yeah, and then I just pushed him to the floor.
Oh, fuck.
But it was just like, I'm up for, like, I don't mind that in football. It's like a bit of back and forth.
Yeah.
And then we all go for a coffee afterward and it's nice. But what happens is often English people just like, you do one thing, they get wound up, and then at the end of the game, they like storm off and don't talk to anyone.
Did he not stay around?
No, he didn't stay for coffee. And it's happened a couple of times where I'm just like,
get over it.
It's the best thing ever when we all like play competitively and then take the piss out of each other afterwards.
Yeah.
Whereas like
maybe just stop hitting them, man.
But it's like
especially when they're not playing. He was just drinking a water and he just slapped it.
Have I ever told you the story of what I think might be the worst thing I've ever done to a person? My mate Pete. So this links into something I wanted to talk about earlier, where people always ask me, "Oh, why don't you talk about classical music more in your set? Because that's like what you studied, is what you used to do." And I'm like, number one, what the fuck are you talking about? That would be so boring.
What kind of set is that?
But the thing is, like, it would be an interesting thing to unpack, but in the same way where you weren't getting all those like Cambridge jokes, music college and the classical music world is such a specific subset and like subculture within society, within the already weird subculture of music. So it's like so specific that, and I think a better comedian could maybe do, you know, those comedians that like can talk about something super specific and they're telling a story and they just use it as an opportunity for more jokes. So every time something comes up that Joe Blogs wouldn't understand, they branch off on a tangent to explain that in a funny way and then come back to the story, and then they branch off every time there's something new. But like, I just,
what you're describing is a comedian.
But it's like,
but I don't know even
like,
what's an example.
Like, you can talk about like I can talk about like football generally and audiences will understand, or I can talk like huge political global events, but if I talk about like the classical music world and how it works and why it would be a faux pas to say this in front of this specific person.
What? Give me an example.
Like, there's a phrase in classical music called like getting the T's in, which basically means that like it doesn't really matter like after a certain point how good you are at your instrument, because most of the stuff in that orchestras play is pretty playable for most professional classical musicians. Like, it's not challenging. So the most important thing is like during the rehearsals, like get the T's in, which means like anyone want a tea, go to the cafe, buy everyone a cup of tea. And it's like a broader networking thing, but it's stuff like that. I would like to talk about
I'm trying to still unpack this. By the way, my ashy knee, I realized and I put it down.
Donnell Rawlings. Ashy Larry.
So getting the T's in, so it's all about like staying humble.
Like the thing, not really staying humble, it's like the thing with comedy, it's like there's a certain level of comedian where you're like, okay, you're bookable at this club, so that's like fine.
Yeah. Sorry.
But the difference is if you like buy a round for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? And that kind of like weird networky stuff. That's part of that. And then the thing I think I would like to talk about classical music that I think there is a funny angle on is the fact that anytime you go see like a musical or an orchestra or anything like that, like a lot of the people playing are really, really drunk.
Really?
Like really, really drunk. Like 6 pints, 7 pints drunk.
But there's like long shows.
Yeah. And like if they have a gap in the music in a musical, they will go to the pub, grab a pint, come back. In the Covent Garden Opera House Orchestra, they have markings in their sheet music where it'll say like 2 pints, because they know that's how many pints they go out the stage door, across the road to the pub. They know they can down
across the road.
Yeah, and then come back into the pit and no one will see, because they're underneath the stage, so no one can see. There's stories of percussionists just opening the pit door and going their one note for that movement and then going back to the pub.
That's nuts.
It's fucking crazy. So I'd like to talk about that.
Yeah, that's a great story.
Like everyone thinks it's like high art.
Yeah.
And then, but what I'm doing now, no one views as art.
Yeah.
Even though I feel way more of an artist now than I ever did as a classical musician.
No, 100%. Like, so what's another story? Go on, tell us.
So the one time I went to see the Ulster Orchestra, which is like the professional orchestra in Belfast, and I met up with the percussionist beforehand, just to go for a drink, and we ended up going for dinner as well, and we had like 4 pints with dinner, and then before we went to the and then they were like, right, we'll do a shot to finish off dinner, so that everyone does a shot of tequila, and I'm not performing, like the other 4 guys are performing, and I'm and I'm there like I can't see, and then the principal, so like the main percussionist, goes up to the bar and goes, can I have a double shot of tequila just before I go? Downs that, and then I go to watch the concert and they're on stage and they don't play anything wrong, but I can't see. Like I was barely in a fit state to watch the concert, and they were up there just.
How old were they?
Like between 30 and 40 most.
Jesus Christ! So they're not like 60-year-old men whose liver has just like packed it in.
No.
That's nuts.
Yeah, crazy.
That is insane. Yeah, I've only ever read one book about a classical musician, but it was a book more about bipolar. The main character had bipolar, and they would go through spurts of like writing, thinking that they were doing amazing work, and then like doing, and that was the only little window into it I've ever seen. I've never seen the reality of. So how much money do these people make if they're drinking this much?
So in a West End pit orchestra, you're probably making between 60 and 80,000 a year.
Fuck.
And literally, like, there's, like, it's so easy for them because they play it 9 times a week, the same show over and over and over again.
So no one retires then, I'm guessing.
Oh, you just have to wait for people to die.
Yeah, so it's like loads of people are studying it, but only a few get in.
Yeah, and then like, so in a pit job, you can just get people to like dep for you. So just cover. You have like a list of people who know the show, and you just get them to cover you for you anytime you want.
How much would you get paid for depping someone?
Oh, it's like a good rate for a night. I think it's like 150 to 200 depending on the show.
Why don't you dep?
Can I dep? I got offered to do the tour of The King and I, but I didn't.
Why?
It stressed me out too much because I was like, this isn't what I want to do. Like, I don't want to be a musician. And it would have been like great money and would have gone to like Hong Kong and Singapore and all this mad shit.
Fuck, man. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm like a junkie with comedy. Like, I can't.
Yeah, but like it's like methadone. You had crack.
But this is the thing. I never would have felt like an artist because you literally get trombone players who just have a book on their stand. They're reading a book while playing the show, and then when they need to turn a page, they like lean their slide and turn the page, and then move their face rather than the thing, because they're so used to it, and then they can just turn the page, and then they just.
That's a great life.
No, it's not. It's a fucking glorified office job.
That is what
And
a
it's
life.
the evening, so you never see your kids.
Yeah, what a life.
But
That
it is
sounds
strange.
insane.
It's like a very strange little culture.
I mean, I've got nothing in comparison. I've never gained any skill level in anything else. So I'm always interested when people come from actual, real, skilled careers.
Well, it's weird and specific though as well. Like also like drinking is such a part of the culture that I was advised in my second year of music college to learn how to play drunk. So like to play while drunk. So like if you have a gig that you don't really care about, or it's like not well paid or whatever, get smashed before it to practice playing while drunk. Because if you show up to do a gig and the section goes to the pub beforehand, if you don't drink with them, then you won't get booked again because you're not fun. But if you do drink with them and then that you fuck it up in the concert, then you won't get booked again because you fucked it up.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Mate, these people sound like G's. These are straight rollers. Don't fuck with me. I'm real. Oh, mate, that's amazing. I mean, I would 100% do that. How many years did it take you to learn that instrument you play?
I started when I was 11 and then...
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
I've only done one, like maybe 2 or 3 things with like professional orchestras.
Do you know how to drive as well?
No. That's my next
What a
thing.
waste. You can drum, but you can't drive? That's the wrong DR, boy. Oh, no, what I'm doing.
Right, back to our furniture.
Yeah.
Of this show.
Oh, so this is another one. Remembering Joe blogs, you reminded me. I'm going to write these down so that we can...
yeah, you've got this guy that you're obsessed with.
Yeah. So I'm just going to note down everything we do. So that's dog of the week, black of the week, Irish of the week. And so this guy, Remembering Joe blogs, it's about this guy who wrote an anonymous blog all about his exploits with cocaine every night.
So is that what the blog's called?
Yeah, no. That's what I called.
Yeah.
Because it's all just written under the name Jay.
Okay, yeah.
And
that's a good pun.
Yeah, exactly. And he doesn't give any information about who he is. All you know is that he has a normal job in an office, and then every weekend he goes off on a fucking lash.
Have you ever met people like that?
No.
Who do the 9 to 5 and then like don't come home all weekend?
No.
I have a mate like that. It's in like he likes it. He goes to see like 200 live gigs a year.
Okay, but that's doing something organized. This guy doesn't.
But he's like banned from a bunch of football stadiums. Like stage invades loads of the gigs.
What is his job?
I think he's like a pensions advisor.
Because he's not gonna live that long. So his advice is take care of yourself. Remembering Joe blogs. So.
Do you think this could be part of No Blacks, No Dogs, No
Yeah. I reckon it'd be nice to find blogs and just like discuss.
Because I've never read blogs.
Neither have I. I found this one on Stumble Upon. So one of my things was journals or something like that. And so I pressed Stumble. And it just takes you to a random page on the internet. And I just found this one night. And I was half cut. So I just got home. I was half cut. And I was feeling emotional. So I started reading this guy's thing. And I started going, why is he doing this to himself? And I read the whole thing all night. And then I was like... And then he just stops. And his last post... Well, I'm not going to say what his last post is, so that we can do it as a series, as a subsection, as a series.
Yeah, Remembering Joe blogs.
Yeah, that's a good section. See, I do contribute.
Good job, Mo.
Okay,
good job, Mo.
There's one paint thing.
I mean, I'll produce the whole podcast. Like, it won't be...
What do you need me to do? Just tell me what you need me to do.
No, I think you're just here for the actual comedy value.
You don't trust me.
No, do you know what it actually is?
What?
I don't trust myself to bring enough value to anything. So it's my insecurity that forces me to learn all these extra skills. To be like, I can do subtitles for you. I can edit this video. I can, but whereas I should just be like, I'm funny. And that's enough.
Yeah. I mean, I don't say that either. I just kind of.
But you just are like, you know, within yourself that's enough.
No, I wish I could have those skills. I bought a laptop to learn how to. I'm trying, but I broke the laptop, and now the spine is cracked. So I have to go fix it.
How did you break the laptop?
I stepped on it. I was walking past it and I stepped on it. It's fine. The screen is fine. Everything's fine. It's just I have to put a Heinz tomato can behind it. So it doesn't do it, and it doesn't have the process. So I can edit small stuff. You've seen me edit small stuff, but it doesn't have the processing power for big. You're aware of my limitations, okay? I don't know why I'm explaining myself to you. Yeah, no, that's fair. I'll bring more content then.
So we've got Black of the Week,
Mm-hmm.
Dog of the Week, Irish of the Week.
Let's just call it of the week, thing of the week. Let's call the section thing of the week.
Yeah, welcome to the of the week section. Do you have any now? Do you have a Black of the Week?
Black of the week.
Any blacks been doing good shit this week?
There's this lady. No, I've got an answer. You dick.
If it's not Rachel Dolezal, I'll be upset.
No. I've been reading this book called Binti, which is by this woman called, where is her name? Nnedi Okorafor, who's this American Nigerian writer, and she writes sci-fi. So like think Isaac Asimov's Foundation series. Have you read that?
No, but I know Isaac Asimov.
Yeah. So she's like that. So
wait, is the Foundation series like iRobot? Does that include that? Or
no. iRobot is a different short story, but she's like him in that she writes short stories, and they got put all together into a trilogy, and it's all about this woman. It's all about this like in this it's African futurism. So it's all set in Africa, but in the distant future. And this like all the country lines have changed. You don't know where anything really is. But the character Binti just got accepted into this like this other planet university. And basically she goes there, but on the way she gets attacked by a different alien race. And then it's a space opera. So it's like, and she's won like loads of Hugo Awards. She's got a PhD in actual literature, and she used to be basically what happened to her. It's an interesting story with this lady. She wrote, she basically like wrote this. She was an athlete, so and then she got a spinal injury,
right?
So was in a wheelchair for ages. I think she can walk now, but
are you confusing this with Janine Haruni?
No. No, different person. Both just as inspirational as each other.
But Rooney's a comedian who used to be in a wheelchair after a car crash for a little while.
Yeah, no, hers wasn't a car crash. Hers was because of her athletics. So she was an athletics star, and then she basically was wheelchair bound for ages. So she started taking creative writing classes, and now she's a PhD and all this different stuff. And I basically saw her on Twitter. And she just does funny stuff on Twitter. So I thought I'll buy the book just to support her because I like her tweets. But the book is really good. It's called Binti, Binti, and it's African futurism, which is really interesting to always.
The rhythm that you said, Binti, sounded like. How much is that doggy in the window? Wait, is that one? Bingo.
Oh, okay. Binti.
Binti was her name.
Terrible audio, but terrible. Audible did not do her good. No,
I think you'd be good at reading an audio. Well, you did that fucking thing that was
the penguin.
It was so good.
No, well, they fucked up the beginning and the end.
Wait, is that the thing? That's not the thing I listened to.
No, that was the Radio Wales one you listened to.
Which is if you're listening to this and are interested, check out Mo's Radio Wales half hour on Radio Wales. It's available on BBC Sounds. Even if you're not in Wales.
Yeah, the moment you leave Wales, it gets taken out.
Your computer explodes.
I think. No, that one's really good. The Penguin one I did was the story's good, but the flourishes like that the Radio Wales thing had got taken out just to make it easier for them, and that was annoying because I didn't get told.
Wait, what? So
I had this like thing where I'm telling this story, so I'm going down memory lane, and then and then so at the beginning, a robot says like, it gives the definition of the word, and then I go into these stories, and then at the end, I'm still like throughout the story. There's stuff like me talking about when you were a kid and you had ice cream vans that used to go by, and then there was also me and my friend who used to live on a houseboat, and we're both like we rode through like the canal system in London, and we stopped off in Camden, and we go to this thing called the Bacchus, which is all these houseboats which got like basically moored together, and everyone's just walking around on the roof. And the story is about how I saw MIA for the first time, like MIA, the rap singer. You know the rap singers.
Yeah,
the rap singers. No, like, do you know that Stuart Leave when he goes, the rap singers? You know the rap singers?
I
They
think
jump
so,
like
yeah.
rap singers, and they're all like, ooh. And he just basically, he's pretending he doesn't know what rap.
Yeah.
So basically, so at the end of the thing, the story is it's a false story. It's a, what's the word? It's a shaggy dog stories. I think basically I'm telling you all this time about this amazing moment, and then I just at the end tell you, or maybe it didn't happen. So like as a cop out, because I say I didn't really anyway, and then what happens at the end is audio wise what you hear is, and then I go, but in the end blah blah blah, and my voice fades out like in a very lost summer sort of way, like the haze of the summer is settling, and all you hear in the distance is a splash and then an ice cream van, and it's supposed to be like the dream sequence has just repeated itself. They just cut all that out, and so it makes it sound like I just told a random story, and then they go, whoops, sorry, and it doesn't. It takes away from the whole idea of what I was trying to do. Maybe I didn't achieve it, but what I was trying to do, which was create a sort of like dream sequence, like because the whole story was called Lost Summers, so I just go through all these lost summers and all these lost things.
Yeah.
It's also based on that book about that guy who like eats the Madeline. No, I don't know what the book is. I just know the story about it because I watched it on QI. Basically, this guy eats a biscuit, and the biscuit, then every sensory thing reminds him of a memory, and it's a book like it's that thick, and no one ever finishes it.
Yeah.
And I haven't even read it, but I know about it, so I tried to mimic something I haven't read, which is probably why it didn't come out so well. Yeah, that's me then. That's
So the black of the week is that Binty woman.
fucking hell, mate. You're such a cunt. You're such a cunt. I remember last time I came on this, you were like, oh, don't worry, we don't have to be funny. This is just sometimes just like we can have interesting conversations.
Well, we
and
are.
I just had us in the and you went, so that black yeah, her name is Dr. Nadia.
Okafor?
Wait, I should learn. Okorafor. Dr. Neddy Okorafor. Yeah, I think she's a doctor. She's American, and she's got a PhD. Yeah, she's a doctor, 100%. She's a doctor from the University of Chi-Town.
Chirac.
No, it's great. So
I thought that tweet I did was going to pop off where I was like, has anyone spoken to the University of Life about a vaccine?
That's a great tweet.
I thought it was so funny.
Yeah, no, that's life, man. I got told to go to bed the other day. I made a tweet at like 11 p.m.
And imagine you ever went to bed at 11 p.m. You're a fucking freak.
And I basically made a joke about how I was like, loads of comics say whenever they're asked like, what would you say to a new comic? And they say, don't start. Don't
yeah, and they think it's funny.
And they think it's funny. And I was like, I say, please do start because I burned so many bridges so quickly. I need new ones to appear. And that was the joke.
Yeah.
And then someone comes and bruv, just go to bed. And I went, fair, I'll just delete this then.
Man.
Yeah, I hate
Fuck the haters.
So who's the Irish of the week?
Well, I think should we both come in with a suggestion for each, and then we can debate.
Okay.
Who should win?
Okay, yeah.
And then people can send in their black of the week.
Yeah, let's do it. I just want loads of DMs for you, like black of the week suggestion.
Well, hopefully we can get a lot of like cute dog photos as well. Or should it be ugly women?
You're such a piece of shit.
No, I think we could get some cute dog photos. That would be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice.
And we can choose this is our dog of the week. So I need a suggestion for black of the week then. which feels weird for me to do.
Especially if we didn't know we were going to do this segment, but you've been keeping track.
I think the worst thing I can do to you right now, to put you in the most uncomfortable position, is to nominate you for Black of the Week.
I mean, that won't be uncomfortable for me.
But then you have to argue against
myself.
Yeah.
Oh, I can. I just need to let my subconscious speak. Which is. Do you ever get this? Do you get mind pops?
What's a mind pop?
Basically, it's when you get an intrusive thought.
All the time.
I have it. I had it.
I've had them since I was a kid.
I never used to have them as a kid.
Every time I'm anywhere, every time I get on the tube, my brain says jump on the tracks.
No. I mean, that's just suicidal thoughts.
Well, they're fucking intrusive.
But well warranted. No, I mean like just like your memory just gives you something you've done which is like embarrassing. Like I remember today on my way here that I was on at my friend's Christmas party. His family put out a band because they're all musicians, so they're really great musicians. So they put out a band thing and everyone could just go up and sing. And so most people were shy, but I was like, we'd been drinking all night, and we'd even drunk the mulled wine cold, not even knowing what mulled wine is. We were all in his family shed, just drinking and drinking. And then we went in, and I was like, I'm gonna sing Roxanne, which already is not an easy song to sing.
Roxanne.
But
it's so high. You don't have to put on your red light. It's so high. I wouldn't sing that, and I can sing.
I was drunk as well. I was getting
those days are over. You don't have to sell your body to the night. It's so high the whole time.
I was crying as well because I was so drunk. I was emotional from the song. And there was footage of it. So the next morning we all wake up. And I'm like, oh.
You were crying from the emotion of the song? Excuse me.
And so then I got the next day.
Have you ever played the Roxanne drinking game?
No, what's that?
So what is two teams?
By the way, are we going to be drinking on this podcast? Is this going to be a dry podcast?
We can drink, although I have an idea for a video series that involves drinking that I think you'd enjoy, where, you know the show Hot Ones?
Yes, yeah.
I want to do cold ones where you have to down 10 pints over the course of an interview.
Why pints? Why not just shots? Jesus Christ.
Well, it could vary, because I don't know what it could be like the first one, because you know they get spicier in Hot Ones.
Oh, so they get
could be
more
like a
high
beer,
percentage.
it could be like a stronger beer, and then like a wine, and then
wouldn't we get sued for that?
What do you mean?
Wouldn't you get sued?
Parody.
Huh?
Parody protects like most suing things. It's
Cold
a parody.
Is that going to be a
ones.
segment on?
No, I think it'll be like a separate
different
interview thing
series.
where I interview people.
Ah,
and
okay.
get
Are you already going off on your own?
Smashed.
He's already planning to leave.
I started on my own.
He's already.
You're joining
boy
for
band,
an extra thing.
Boy band over here. Hey. One day you'll respect my contributions.
You're a guest on my podcast.
I thought this was a pilot.
Yes, but it's going out on my feed.
You can already
it's going
see.
out on my feed.
What feed? Who? What?
The Good Guy podcast feed.
Okay, alright.
And then this is a pilot episode.
Right.
People will feedback on Instagram in the reviews.
No one's gonna feedback.
On Patreon. I've got patrons.
Huh?
I've got
Do you
patrons.
actually?
Yeah.
How much?
How many or how much money?
How much? Come on, bro.
I'm not gonna say how much money. There's like 32 people give me money every month.
That's alright.
It's fucking sweet, man.
Man, I need to start Patreon.
If you want to sign up to my Patreon, it's patreon.com/Vittorio Angelone.
And if you want to,
it's the best way to support me buying, like, not having to do this in a fucking cupboard in my house.
This is actually better than the last place.
Well, that's because it doesn't feel like my bedroom. At least it's in a separate room to my bedroom.
Because after that you rape me.
That could be a segment. This right. Do you know what the problem is? I don't want to be one of those fucking edgelord comedians, but I think you get viewed as it if you do any offensive.
Yeah, I just
pushing the line humor.
I just try not to think about what I'm doing. That's what I say about my comedy. Thoughtless.
That's good though. Be like, oh, it was a bit thoughtless, that joke, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, did it laugh? Did it get a laugh?
Yeah. And do you know what I think? I think all these people whose whole... I think the worst way to destigmatize mental health problems is to do an entire Edinburgh show about mental health problems.
But like taking this, just stigmatizing it.
Yeah, well, like not even like because all these people
they've
like,
all done it.
I'm trying to destigmatize mental health by talking about it for a full hour. It's like no, because you wouldn't do an hour-long show about having the flu. So why would you do an hour-long show about having depression?
Yeah, but I bet there's been a show.
Yeah, and it's shit.
No, yeah.
And but what really is good is is people just genuinely being funny and being normal and just like I mention that I've got really bad anxiety in my material very briefly in like one joke, but I don't go like, but actually it was very hard for me, because I'm like, no, loads of people have fucking anxiety. Yeah, loads of people are depressed. You just go like, oh yeah, when I had anxiety, this happened, story, and it's just a function of the story. It's not like. That's how to normalize it, not by going like, let's talk about it for a full hour.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to
That's
yawn anxiety.
You like that guy out of Men in Black? Where's the ambulance?
I need water.
The guy's on a Ryan's belt.
No, that's true, man. Like the water. Just shoving it down people's more sugar. The people who shove it down your neck, are the worst people ever.
I think it's probably well intentioned, but I don't think it's the best way to do it.
No, 100%. So tell me, this is an interesting question. What are your aims for this podcast?
For the No Blacks, No Dogs, No Irish?
I want to be I'll tell you what my aims are. I want to be the brilliant idiots of the UK.
I'm into that.
Yeah.
I'm into that. I think because UK podcasting is just starting to...
Yeah, and it's especially indie podcasting.
Yeah, not the fucking BBC Sound stuff. No offense to anyone that does any of that stuff. Like, go get your bag, but...
there's no indie podcasts.
Well, but looking at like Have a Word, which... news about soon. I don't think I'm allowed to like announce it or whatever.
No,
but like Adam Rowe, who was on Doing Bits, who's a very good comedian from Liverpool. I think they're aligning themselves as like the Your Mom's House.
Yeah.
Of the UK, even though it's not a couple, but it's like two people at a desk interviewing one person on a sofa, and there's a lot of preamble with just the two people. Yeah. And it's very funny, and they own the studio and they make it and produce it themselves.
Yeah.
And I think really cool shit like that is great. What I would hope for No Blacks, No Dogs, No Irish, The Brilliant Idiots is great. What I would love is to make it a lot of like listenership interaction.
Yes,
where
100%.
People are sending stuff into us.
Oh, like Opie and Anthony.
Look, I love everyone who watches and listens to this podcast, but you aren't very interactive, and it feels very lonely. So I think what would be good is if we can have these like segments, because this, like the Good Guy podcast, is just very whatever the fuck I feel like doing. Yeah. At whatever time, but I would like to kind of earmark No Blacks, No Dogs, No Irish. It's like fun, funny, like, and it's got a structure to it.
Yes,
that is a consistent
like Ellis James and what's his name?
I haven't listened to that one.
I haven't listened to it either, but I know about it.
But having these little hangers that people can kind of latch onto, so because like when people go like, "Oh, what's your podcast about?" I'm like, "Oh,
I don't really want to answer. I'm like, it's a fun podcast." Just, like,
yeah, but at least if I think it would be good for the No Blacks, No Dogs, No Irish. Even that one thing that you can just say where you're like, "Oh, it's me and my mate Mo," and we just
we're mates.
Talk about okay. And we talk about all sorts of shit, and like there's a segment where we have like the Black of the Week, the Irish of the Week, the Dog of the Week. That's like something where I think people will go like, it just pricks people's ears up, and they go like, "Oh fuck yeah, I want to check that out." Yeah,
I'd like it to be like Opie and Anthony or the Black Phillip show, but like less. Although Opie and Anthony, it turns out, what's his name? Anthony was an actual racist.
Yeah, that's a tough one, isn't it?
Did you watch that clip of him and Bill Burr?
No.
When Bill Burr just says to him, when they're making jokes, and Bill Burr, and then Anthony just says something off color, and he goes, "You really like that, don't you?" And he went, "What?" And just laughing. He's like, "What?" It's like, you just always want to get in your little. You just want to anything I say. You just want to get your own little edge to it, and it's just you could tell.
Bill Burr really cuts to the core of people.
Yeah, yeah, it was amazing.
I really like that. I think my comedy writing at the minute is more influenced because I go through phases, and I like occasionally need to like break out of them a bit. Like there was a little while quite early where I felt like I was trying to, not necessarily in the material, but just like in the way I moved on stage and some mannerisms. I was very Patrice O'Neill, and then sometimes.
But how was Patrice O'Neill? How so?
So like in Elephant in the
Room. So
I
can look out for it and call you out on stage.
In Patrice in the Elephant in the Room, he does that a lot with the hand that's not holding the mic. He like brushes down his coat.
Oh, okay, yeah, but that's a nervous tick apparently.
I'm sure it is, but the reason I was doing it is because I was so much. And then like Chappelle, like just stuff creeps in where you like your brain goes, "Oh, hit the mic off your knee," and you have to go. don't do that. Although Andrew Schultz does it, and I think that's like,
yeah, but Andrew Schultz. Oh God, I got tired of seeing him on YouTube as my things because I was a big fan for ages, and then do you know when you get screen burn from seeing the same face again and again and again, and he was just doing so many different things. Yeah. In every segment, and then he was like, and then he was on my Instagram, and then turn your camera over, and you're just like,
he's a fucking genius for that though. That's fucking moving a half.
I guess so. I mean, genius. Would you say genius?
Big fucking corporations are doing it in their ads now.
Yeah, but genius. It was a good idea. Genius.
Pretty fucking good idea.
It's a good idea. I'll give you that.
It's up there with
Genius.
McIntyre is cancelled, I would say.
I mean, that's a good idea. That's a funny story. So I wonder how many numbers it's gonna do when this comes out.
Do you think it's gonna get a boost?
Do you reckon he'll take you on tour support?
What, McIntyre? Can you imagine anyone worse to open for Michael McIntyre than me?
I'd love to open for him. I'm a fucking sellout. Imagine how much he pays.
I wouldn't do well.
Huh? I just know about that. You just need to get on that.
Who does open for him?
I don't know. I forgot his name.
Is it the guy who like writes with him as well?
No.
I've heard of him. He's supposed to be class, but he's supposed to be very similar. So I don't know if that would be would you have someone? Do you think you should have someone similar to your style opening or different?
I remember once we were working at Ruby Blue, the 99 Club, as stage managers, and we got a letter through where one comic had been given he's a friend, so I'm not gonna, because it's part of his actors as well now. He got a letter on one of his tour shows, and it was saying that your opening act is very similar to you, and we like his stuff more. So why don't you do something more with like music or things to break it up? And it was written on this thick, high like very expensive piece of paper. It had been handwritten with like cursive, and he just went fuck.
That's fucking rough.
Yeah. Oh, it was amazing.
You don't want that to happen. But also, like, if you're putting someone in front of your audience, they kind of should be similar to you in some way.
I don't think so. I like comics who like try loads of people. Like Tez Elias took so many of us along. He gave each of us a gig, and it meant that we all got a credit as tour support, which helped loads of us.
I think some people are very good and they have that awareness of the clout that they hold.
Yeah, precisely. Oh, like Tom Stade took me once.
Yeah.
He's really fun to do it for. And like, I didn't smash every gig, but he's so good and he's so comfortable with his audience that he can put someone...
That's like give someone that platform and back yourself to... If the opener does fucking smash it, you're okay to go on and smash it more. And also if the opener dies, to just fucking...
Yeah, when I did well, he was happy. When I did okay, he was happy. Like, and never did he... Every time, he would be like, well done, mate, well done. And as I'm like coming off stage. And then when he comes on stage again, he makes them remember your name. And then
Yeah.
afterwards, he's like, come with me to the table where he's selling merch. So people can chat with you. Yeah, yeah.
That's fucking... That's proper. That's how
Yeah.
it should be. And like...
Mm.
I think some people who go down that traditional
Mm.
industry TV route
Mm-hmm.
go... And I'm aware that I'm starting to talk like one of these people who's like, oh, TV ignored me. Like, I haven't been going long enough for
Yeah,
TV
yeah.
to have ignored me. Like,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
but I, for whatever reason, from day one,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it was because I kind of came up watching Colin Geddes, was like, I need to be prepared for the eventuality where TV do ignore me.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. And also that you don't want to live your life waiting for someone else to...
I want to be... The whole reason I do stand-up comedy is because it's
independent.
a completely individual endeavor.
Exactly. And you can get caught up begging or waiting, sitting around, and you can tell that's how people get bitter, which is why I wanted to do like... That's why I'm trying to do like all these different stuff. But at the same time, it's like you spend so long working on this one skill, and then you're suddenly like, oh, I need to do this other thing, and now I need a new skill, which it takes time to learn. Like when I was learning to edit just a short 5-minute clip, it took fucking ages. It took me days, especially when you don't have the processing ability, and you just sat there waiting for this little thing to process. And you do have to be a one-man media machine.
Which I...
Basically,
it's
yeah.
a lot of fucking work.
Yeah, precisely.
And even when people like what I was gonna say earlier is people say like, oh, you kept yourself super busy over lockdown, and I was like, I was kind of like just shitting away most of the day, like, and then making a couple videos. At one point I was putting out 4 podcasts and a video a week.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is I was doing that and then I wasn't getting enough clips out of the podcast to promote the podcast.
Yes,
so the podcasts were kind of stagnating in a certain listenership or viewership.
Yeah.
And weren't building in the way they should have been.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a balance there where like you can be putting out loads and loads of content, but like
if no one knows about
it's
it,
better to do one podcast a week and post 2 clips from it. The rest of it, because people are much like, you need those short bite-sized things for them. Like I've put out 2 30-second clips in the past 2 days, and they've done great. And I've deliberately,
because they were also topical. And that's the thing. It's about being smart with that stuff. I don't know, man. It's a fucking... I feel like, I'll be honest with you, when I got into this to not do as much work as I would have done.
Yeah, that's the fucking problem, isn't it?
And now I spend days, like yesterday I did 4 different things, all of them online, so I barely like got to leave my house. One of them was just I was doing a continuation of a podcast that I still haven't finished with this other guy. I was like interviewing him as a sort of return thing, but my internet was just shot. The problem is, if you don't have the fucking, I'm on Zoom. We were on Zoom together, and my internet keeps cutting fucking out. A job that would have taken an hour ends up taking 2 hours because you're just like, you're restarting, and you start. By the end of the day, you haven't achieved much, and you're just knackered.
Well, I had to convince Izzy for a long time. She was like, "Oh, my Wi-Fi is fine," and I was like, "If I'm moving in, we need
what do you guys have?
Expensive Wi-Fi. It's Sky, so there are parts of the day sometimes where it's a little bit shit.
Ours is Sky. It's terrible.
But did you ever do like a speed test on it?
Yeah, it's really low. Like I can't do Zoom on. I have to use my phone internet.
Yeah, but like the thing is, like, you can say people are like, "Oh, I don't want to spend that much on internet," and I'm like, "You mean the thing you use constantly every day?"
Yeah.
Well, I need to get a new phone, and in my head I'm like, "Oh, it's so much money," but then I should just be like, "Oh no, I do everything on my phone. Like I edit videos on my phone. I fucking like film stuff on my phone. I film sets on my phone. It's like." It would make my life so much easier to have a much better phone.
Yeah, the fear is always losing it though.
I don't really lose my phone.
Okay. The confidence with which you said that.
I've never really lost my phone.
I hope you go out and you lose it today.
So, the reason I think Mo Omar is my Black of the Week is
Yeah.
I actually really fucking enjoyed the BBC Wales thing.
Oh, cheers, man. No, thank you. But to me, that was so long ago, and that took a
Because
year
you
to do.
recorded that ages ago.
Yeah. No. I didn't record it ages ago, but the idea, the conception of the idea was so long ago, and has had gone through so many changes.
This is I think also the thing about that traditional media stuff where it takes fucking ages to get out.
Yeah. Yeah.
It has to go through so many pairs of hands.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's nothing you can do. But you need it. You need to cultivate an audience. So you need like everyone who started like even like Adam and Schultz and all these people. They came from tradition. They came from a platform which gave them the following, so they could start their own thing.
I would say Adam built his following on YouTube.
Yeah, but it was from the hot water clips, correct?
Yeah, so it's from a comedy club.
Yeah.
That's for me. That's the height of the traditional route where I'm like, I still am like enamored with the proper comedy club. Like my gig at the Stand, my Red Raw at the Stand in Glasgow. I'm just like, holy fucking shit! Like that's like
I just want
amazing.
I just want to build up an audience that I can then that I can then produce stuff for. So right now it's like we're all in the learning phase at the moment. We're all still like, I'm lucky. You don't want to start learning this stuff with an audience already there. So
yes,
you're building, and it's just like open mics. You're failing and you're doing shitty things, and our basketball clip didn't do well, and that annoyed you. So the guitar got removed from the room. And
but what's actually, I was watching Horatio Gould's podcast with Alfie Brown today, and he was saying he started doing Twitch, and he was like, he was kind of dilly-dallying trying to work out what he was going to do on it, and then he thought, no, I'm just going to start doing it, because the thing with Twitch and a lot of this new media stuff is that it's everyone's new at it. Even the people who were there from the start on Twitch, it's still quite like no one knows the boundaries of what Twitch can be.
Yeah, I wanted to do Twitch. I've been exactly that. I've been dilly-dallying. And I don't want to play a game. I hate fucking playing games. There's nothing that makes my screen crawl more than sitting around playing a game. So I was thinking of just doing a talking thing. I don't know. Que sera, sera, right? I feel like we've covered a lot. What time is it? How long have we been?
Well, we've done Black of the Week.
We haven't even done that much.
We haven't actually. We've done an hour.
Have we done an hour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, should we finish our segment?
Yeah, should we finish it? Okay.
Okay, so we need to argue. So I think I think I will cede the Black of the Week to your Binty woman.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for not making me argue against myself and
then
an ego death.
The Irish of the Week.
Yeah, my Irish of the Week. I'm gonna actually think about this.
Okay.
Who did I mean, Blind Boy.
Blind Boy?
Yeah.
He frustrates me a lot.
Wow.
I used to listen to like every episode of his podcast from the very start.
Yeah.
And then just at a certain point when he says like, oh, don't take what I'm saying seriously. And I'm like, well, stop saying it.
Why?
Seriously then?
But he's saying that because he's humble and he's having doubts. I really like once I remember I was having
But it's not having doubts. He speaks seriously and like as if in an expert way about topics, and then you find out as soon as you find out one of those hot takes or the podcast episodes is complete nonsense and he doesn't know anything about it, then you can't trust any of them.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to try. You're supposed to listen, and I like listening to his voice. It's calming.
Yeah,
and I like listening to his Twitch. The other day he was watching Justin Bieber and he was defending him. He's like, I fucking love this video. And I was just like, and all his audience were like, fuck Justin Bieber. And he's like, nah, mate, this is good crack. This is good. And I was like, and I was just screenshotting it, going like, yeah, TV's definitely dead when blind boys are watching Justin Bieber.
He is great, and I'm excited. Like, he's on Frankie Boyle's New World Order next episode, which I'm excited for.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna watch that.
Would like, whereas most of the time there's very few people who would like. I would go, I'm gonna watch that fucking show.
Yeah.
So I need to come up with a counter Irish of the week.
Mm-hmm.
I could do the opposite, and because I got 2 clips online that did decently on my Instagram.
I would have picked you, but I thought it would have looked like a circle jerk.
I'm gonna posit myself as
okay.
Irish of the week.
All right, okay.
2 clips of 30 seconds in length each.
Yeah, mate. Well, no. I said well done. I'm proud of you. I don't know what you want from me.
I don't, but it's so stupid. But the Michael McIntyre one, if you haven't seen it, jump on my Instagram.
Yeah.
I think I'll post it on this YouTube channel as well. I honestly, because I sent it to you yesterday, I couldn't tell if it was funny because I'm still so angry about it.
I'm glad that it got you angry enough that you made this thing. And I'm glad you dialed back your anger.
Yes, I distilled the fury into comedy.
Because it would have been easier to just be all out.
Yes, to be one of those activism-y cunts.
Yeah. Instead you took the joke and you taekwondo'd his joke.
Yeah, I judo threw him into the fucking
sea. So I would say, all right, I'll cede as well. Because this is a pilot, and I want to work with you again. But yeah, man, that's great. And dog of the week.
Dog? Can we say my dog, Cosmo?
Where's your dog?
He's not here. He lives in Belfast.
Refugee dog.
my refugee dog of the week is Mo. Right, you can win 2 this week.
You get an award. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay, we'll go Cosmo. Cosmo is the dog of the week. Yeah. This is good, man. I really want to get to the point where we can do 2-hour, 3-hour podcasts.
I've been doing them for fucking years.
I don't have the attention span.
You don't have the attention span?
And also my ass gets hot.
Why'd you take your shorts off? My balls was hot.
Alright, should we sign off or do you want to sign off?
Yeah, I should do my little... So, don't forget to thumbs up the YouTube video, subscribe to the channel, check out Mo's thing on Radio Wales. If you're on iTunes... Leave a 5-star review. I know it's been 3 weeks since I posted a podcast video. It's been stressful moving back to London. I've just got all this stuff set up that I have to collapse everything and put it back up. Whereas when I live with myself, I could just have it sitting, intruding upon my life. But that's not how it works when you live with someone. It is fine, but it's just like a new system that I'm
it is great. It is great.
She's fucking class.
Yeah.
Doesn't like him, but
but that's life, like this. So
give us 5 stars and send in suggestions for basically. I think we should put some we should give them an old tomato.
An old tomato.
An ultimatum. Where we
sometimes
say,
I think you're making up your fucking words, so I seem like I'm fucking ignorant.
The only way we're gonna make the No Blacks, No Dogs, No Irish podcast is if we get at least one suggestion for a Black of the Week, an Irish of the Week, or a Dog of the Week.
Yeah.
And then we'll get it going and we'll make it again and we'll contact Horatio about getting involved.
100%.
And if Horatio doesn't want to be involved, we'll still do it.
Fuck him.
We'll
you know what?
Anyway. We'll make a little sign. I think this could be a good little space where like I could just put up a Good Guy podcast sign and then we could change it to like a No Blacks, No Dogs, No Irish.
Okay, a reversible sign.
Or 2 signs.
I'll make the sign then. Then you can try. Then it'll be like you made the online thing and I made the physical thing.
What'll happen?
I went to art school.
Did you?
Yeah, 2 whole days.
On a school trip.
I was robbing the place. They asked me to clean the place. I was working for Blue Arrow.
I said, I can't tell what's art and what's and what needs cleaned.
Yeah. Let's. I'll make the sign.
But yeah, you're MoK Ultra on all your social medias.
Yes.
I think you should change.
Why? I'm keeping it.
So convoluted.
MoK Ultra like MK Ultra, but MoK Ultra.
No one knows. I only know MK Ultra as a fucking.
It's gonna be a thing, mate.
It's
gonna be a thing, mate. It's gonna be a thing. It's gonna be big. MoK Ultra. You're gonna see it everywhere soon. It's gonna be on T-shirts, bandstands, Irish flag.
Bandstands? Who still has a bandstand?
I'm gonna own a bandstand. All right.
Thanks for listening to the Good Guy podcast / the pilot of No Blacks, No Dogs, No Irish.
Also, is there anyone in Bristol who watches this?
Potentially.
Because I'm in Bristol this weekend, and I'm in Bristol this Sunday as well. So I'll
get him on Instagram to keep updated on his gigs.
Oh yeah. I
and
should
get
do
me
that.
on Instagram to keep updated on my gigs. I'm gonna try and come back to Belfast for some shows as well, as well as all the shows in London I'm doing. Liverpool. Still working on doing a show in Glasgow.
Yeah.
Because Nicola Sturgeon's a fucking tight cunt.
I love Nicola Sturgeon. She's so fit.
And then
I love her hair.
and Edinburgh and stuff. But
I'll
yes,
run my hands through it.
You probably could get both hands through it. Maybe a hand. Run your hand through her hair.
I've got small hands. Okay.
Thank you for listening. Goodbye forever.